And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have a magnificent guest, as well as phenomenal program today. This is our first time uh, doing a webathon live like this. So we are honored to have Sister Sherrie Muhammad, the director of Asiatic Minds, and I'm going to, let her run the show. But I just wanted to let you all know that the People's Podcast is in full support of education, independent education. The students, I love these children and have had the honor to meet their parents and work with them and teach some of them. And Sister Sherrie, first of all, Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, sir. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem, and thank you to everyone who was watching and some people are tapping in and showing love already. First of all, how has your day been going, ma'am?
It has been busy, but it has been a wonderful day. I'm so very blessed to be here. And I want to thank you, Brother Joshua. For those who don't know, Brother Joshua has been with Asiatic Mind since year one. And he taught with us for a while, and the students absolutely loved him. And he has always said that he supports Asiatic Minds and has absolutely done that at every turn. Whenever he's able to do something, Brother Joshua has been there and offered his platform for us. So thank you so very much, Brother Joshua.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We have an excellent program. I see people tapping in already and showing love from all around the world. Sister Sherrie, first of all, we want to say we always show love and send positive energy to our brother Damon. Muhammad, may Allah forever be pleased with the great work that he has done and your children and showing love to you. What could you let us know a little bit about the scholarship and the program and what's going on today, man?
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. So today is our very first webathon, and we are going to be raising money for the Damon Muhammad Scholarship. Brother Damon Muhammad, that's my late husband, and he is a co-founder of Asiatic Minds because were it not for him and all that he has done, there would not be an Asiatic Minds. And so I want to get a little bit further into it.
Okay.
Let me explain really quickly how the fundraiser works. So we call this fundraiser the Forever Pledge fundraiser because it works as the same way Netflix works or any type of subscription that you may have. That we are asking those who believe in independent education, those who believe in Black education, those who believe that we have to stand up and do something for ourselves. And in order to do that, we all must have a hand in making sure that it can happen for our future generations to come. And so at Asiatic Minds, we have created this fundraiser, and our parents, our fundraising committee, actually created this fundraiser. And I want to give a shout out to them. That would be Sister Akua, Sister Delisha, Sister Carmen, and Sister Sharon. And these are all Asiatic Minds parents. And so they came up with this beautiful fundraiser that we actually did last year, but we didn't do a webathon. And so you sign up to support the school. And so this year, we are asking for the support of just $10 a month. So that's, if y'all go to Starbucks, y'all know that's like a cup of coffee. We only asking for you to sacrifice one cup of coffee a month, okay? Or your little snacks that you might have, your bag of chips, or something that you just might throw away. All of us throw away like $10 a month. And so we're asking everyone to be charitable in this direction, to add us to your monthly charity for just $10 a month. If your budget allows more, by all means, we would love for you to support us in at what level that you are able to do. And so we have provided a link, and you see it all over our social media. And Kadira, if you want to bring up the link of what they're going to see when they click on the link to support Asiatic Minds, then, and that's coming up now, you will see the link that gives you the option to click on the button to click on monthly donations if you want to hover over where it says monthly donation there. So when you click on the link, you'll scroll down till you see this and you click on monthly donation. You can go ahead and click on monthly donation. And then you would choose what you want to give monthly. So our ask is for the $10. If you would click $10 monthly, and then you'll go ahead and you will fill out your information. And that's you can put there the name of the student that you're supporting. Fill out that information. You can put your card information in. And this platform that we're using, Zephy, it does allow us to receive the fullness of your donation. And you fill your information out there, you click donate, and automatically you will donate every month and you won't have to do anything else. We like to say, click it and forget it. You click it, you fill it out, you click donate, and you can forget about it. And you will be supporting the beautiful students of Asiatic Minds. Thank you for sharing that, Kadira. And so that's how the donation works. As you see, you can give as much as you want on that platform. And so, Brother Joshua, if we did want to share a little video from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and then we can talk a little bit more about Asiatic Minds.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that video is coming right up. Because just so you know, donating to the Damon Muhammad Scholarship, it will be supporting the students of Asiatic Minds.
Praise be to Allah.
Here we go.
Suppose we got together and had an online university where people can sit and have classes in every discipline and don't have to leave their home. See, the moment you outthink the enemy, he'll give you this.
Yes, thank you so much, Kadira. So, Brother Joshua, that's what we're striving to do. What the minister said is offer these classes that where our students can sit at home comfortably. They can sit at home and teachers are coming to them just like you did. Teachers are coming to them from wherever they're located. We've actually had a teacher come to our students from out of the country. So education is absolutely unlimited when you are on such a platform as Asiatic Minds.
Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. People are showing love all around the world. Letting salam, Sister Miriam, Divine Masculine Energy, Louisville checking in. And man, people, thank you everybody who's watching. Shout out to Brother Kent, everybody, Musa, Sister Hope, Sister Auntie, Brother Duke, Canada, our family from all around the world. People showing love, speaking Spanish in the comments. Thank you to everybody who always, taps in. Okay.
Gracias.
Exactly. Okay. Now, yes, ma'am. Now, you said that we went over, you want to talk about the Damon Scholarship, but then how can people donate? We got that. And then you said there's a tribute video. I'll let you just go ahead and let us know what's next, Sherrie.
Yes, sir. So, Ed, we do want to go into a little bit because a lot of people may know Damon Muhammad, but a lot of people do not. And so we really do want to give people the opportunity to know why this scholarship is named after Brother Damon Muhammad. So what we'll do at this time is our son, Damon and my son, our oldest son, Brother Mustafa, he produced a video for us. And I'll give y'all a little tidbit about Brother Mustafa. He just got engaged last weekend. So yeah, so he produced a video so that we can get a fuller understanding of who Brother Damon Muhammad was and some of the impact that he had on people in the community that he served. He was a student minister of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in Lexington, Kentucky. And Sister Kadira, if you want to go ahead and show the video.
Met Brother Muhammad, Brother Damon, maybe 2010-ish, 2011. In that vicinity, I was working with Save Our Youth, Stop the Violence, and seeing him at an event at the Lyric Theater, and was just totally engulfed in what he had to say.
And I had a chance to speak several times on it. I'm not happy with the overall education system. It was kind of a closed-minded thing about the way they welcome people to really grow. We talked about that. He was very passionate about that.
Our brother Damon Muhammad, a passion for education was first and foremost.
I know Brother Damon's passion, of course, for the nation, for teaching, for his people, right? For educating as in life, life insurance. Let me tell you about something that's going to save your life in whichever way possible.
Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. Then we have to use our mathematical theology, as the previous says, to solve our problem. So in order to solve the problem, we got to know what the problem is.
He did stress education because he just felt like, I believe, some of the education that our children was receiving was not up to par. It wasn't the truth.
Brother Muhammad was a big brother to me. That was man. And when I first started getting into this community work, he said the foundation of all of it got to start with education. You got to feed them, and then you got to educate them. Everything else comes after that. And so trying to get these kids to understand the impact that education can have not only on their lives, but breaking some of these generational curses is paramount to the work that I do. And obviously that was passed on to me by that good brother.
He kept you all's minds open to learn and be aware. Education is not to be reading a book all the time. It's looking at life and being evaluated to put yourself in the best position to succeed.
He absolutely stressed that we had a responsibility to educate ourselves, obtain some knowledge, and then share that knowledge as well.
Knowledge is first. And Brother Damon, from the beginning, his entire being was first to teach and give knowledge.
He made you take a look at what you had and what you needed to have. And that's the most educational part of life, because you can't learn if you don't know what you need to learn.
I think, and I wholeheartedly agree with him, that he believed that we as a people had a responsibility to educate not only ourselves, children, but our community as well.
His commitment, and education was a strong band for him, but he would talk about it. But he also, I will never forget, he and the brothers got together when our classes were starting at Charles Young. And they donated money, and we helped buy the equipment. Some of the equipment we still got today we use. God, that's been almost 8 or 9 years ago. And I remember that. And a lot of people talked about they're gonna help and help do fundraising. He didn't do fundraising, he bought some funds to the center to help me with the children. And I haven't forgotten that. I've always remembered that. I thought that was a gesture of true effort and concern and commitment to me. That was a very strong point that he made.
See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they revealed what was once a mystery.
Yes, sir.
And told us where we live, who we are, who our enemy is, who God is, who the devil is.
Teach,
and
minister.
Who the God is.
Yes,
sir.
All this very important to know. And on top of that, taught us what time it is.
Yes, sir. On April the 7th, 2023, Brother Damon texted me and asked me to read certain pages of Closing the Gap. April the 7th was Good Friday. It was in Ramadan. I called him back that same day. We had a beautiful discussion about the profound wisdom that was contained in those pages. And we also spoke about how excited he was about what his beautiful wife, Sister Sherrie, was doing with Asiatic Minds, and about those who were helping her build Asiatic Minds and helping her evolve Asiatic Minds to what it needs to be, which is what it is, a vessel to evolve our children and give us the proper education to teach our children, introduce our children to who they are, the gods of this universe.
Brother Damon made sure that whether it was in passing in the neighborhood, because, you know, we were in the same neighborhood, or if it was sitting down with us, you know, there was one saying, if I remember, telling the young brothers to, you know, education is the gateway to a better life, but only you hold the key. It's up to you.
As long as the dream is there, there's always got to be somebody can take it up. He dreamed strong on it. He didn't just dream it in terms of, can it work? It's, I got to make it work. That's what's important.
When we say it takes a village, it doesn't just take a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to lose one. And so I feel like everybody got a part to play, and no part is too small. Sometimes we devalue this person or that person because of their background, but the way I look at it is the village collectively has everything that that child needs. So whatever he doesn't have, this queen has. Whatever this queen has, this king might not have, but together, man, we can serve our kids.
For the information that he was bringing, the passion that he was giving us, I knew that I needed to make sure that I stayed in the vicinity of this man. And just so happens that we became closer in as far as working in the community. So I got to see him and got to know him a little bit better, and I viewed him as a mentor. I viewed him as someone that was a great teacher. I viewed him as an individual that stood firm on what he believed. He was not swayed by anything or anyone.
It was greater than many of us, him wanting to, and particularly the knowledge of yourself, but education across the board. But the passion was there from the beginning.
With that being said, you can hear the passion. You can hear the excitement with every word, with every utterance that he gave us about what he loved. And that was our people, and that was our evolution, our growth into who we're supposed to be. And that comes by getting a total re-education. And that's what Asiatic Minds is here to do. And I'm here to support.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. And so that's Brother Damon. That's he was so passionate about education. And he was just a wonderful, you know, husband, father, minister, brother, community activist, and just a lover of Islam. And anybody who knew him, you know, they got something good from him. And so Brother Joshua, we're going to bring his brother up, but before we bring you up, BJ, we want to share really quickly that we have some donations in, and we want to thank some people for the donations that they have in. And so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm seeing 9 people, but let's go ahead and run it, and I'll share some names that we see here. So we want to definitely thank Brent Nichols for your $50 monthly donation. We want to thank Shantae Muhammad for your $50 donation. We want to thank Catherine Dawa for your monthly $10 donation. We want to thank Charlene Muhammad for your $30 monthly donation. We want to thank Sister Vanessa for your $20 donation. We want to thank Sister Sharon for your $10 monthly donation. We want to thank Sister April for your $120 donation. We want to thank Sister Stephanie for your $20 monthly donation. And we want to thank Rhonda Mitchell for your $120 donation. Thank you to all of those. You all keep it coming. Y'all see, we got a goal of 500. We're 10. We want to keep going and we want to reach our goal. So thank you so much for that. So we want to bring up next BJ. We call him BJ, and that is Damon's big little brother. Like if you all were to see a picture, BJ's here. Damon is about what? Probably down there, but that's his little brother. But I know they were very close. And BJ is also in education. And so, BJ, we wanted to just bring you on to say a few words, share, something about Damon and whatever, has been put on your heart to share with us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Sister Sherrie, and good evening, everyone. As Sherrie stated, Damon is my older brother, big little brother, a little big brother, as she stated. But just love my brother dearly. Just a great person, great individual, cared about his people, our people, and most importantly about the education of our people. And as Sherrie said, I'm an educator, have been so. This is my 24th year in public education. So I'm serious about the liberation of Black minds in the education system. But what Sherrie has established, Sherrie and Damon have established in Asiatic minds is an absolute necessity in today's age and time in terms of educating our children and making sure we instill in them what they need as we move forward. But saying that, there's two quotes that come to mind when I think about education. I think about my brother in particular, and I just think about the state of where we are as a people, and I'm going to read those. One is from James Baldwin, and the other is from Carter G. Woodson. Mm-hmm. And I think these are applicable for today's time. So James Baldwin stated in his essay, Talk to Teachers, the paradox of education is precisely this, that as one begins to become conscious, one begins to examine the society in which he is being educated. The purpose of education, finally, is to create in a person the ability to look at the world for himself, to make his own decisions. This is the way he achieves his own identity. But no society is really anxious to have that kind of person around. What societies really ideally want is a citizenry, which will simply obey the rules of society. If a society succeeds in this, then that society is about to perish. Carter G. Woodson said, if you can control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. When you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he would do. If you make a man feel that he is inferior, you do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status, for he will seek it for himself. And that's Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro. So James Baldwin and Carter G. Woodson understood the importance of the liberation of Black minds, you all. Like Baldwin and Woodson, my brother Damon Muhammad understood the power of education, knowledge of self, and establishing a solid understanding of our history as a people. So it was evident in the many lives that he touched in his time with us and how those individuals testify on his behalf. And we heard some of those in the video tribute that we just saw. I know his desire would be for that to continue on for future generations. So supporting Asiatic minds through the Damon Muhammad Scholarship Fund is a means to do that, you all. So it is imperative now more than ever that we are educating our own. Why, you may ask? We are seeing before our very eyes the intentional dismantling of public education in this nation. Why is that? Woodson and Baldwin told us, if you can control a man's thinking, then you can control his actions. We are living in a day and age that those are in position of power in this country seek to control all aspects of our living. You do that by keeping the populace ignorant and uninformed. As people, we can ill afford this to happen to our posterity. We need generations of independent thinkers and change agents. So Sister Sherrie Muhammad is doing that through Asiatic Minds. And so those that are on here, I implore you to give to Asiatic Minds through the Damon Muhammad Scholarship Fund so we can support future generations of thinkers and change agents. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much, BJ. I love those quotes that you shared, and it is your words they ring absolutely true. We got to do all that we can to take control of our future. And it does start with education and freeing our children's minds as well as ourselves. So thank you so very much for joining us.
Yes, sir. Great job, sir.
Yes. And so I do know that we have students here who want to share that, what it is that they have gotten from Asiatic Minds. And it's always good to hear from the students to get their perspective, because they honest. They not gonna play. They not gonna say what they not getting. And so we do have a little video that was produced by our student council. At Asiatic Minds, our goal is to educate more than just reading, writing, and arithmetic, but we want to give our students the opportunity to become leaders. So in our social studies class, which is taught by student minister Abel Muhammad, they created a student council, and we had a school-wide vote. And we have our very first president, vice president, and secretary. And so our student council, I gave them the task and asked them if they could produce a video for this special occasion, our first Webathon. And they absolutely rose to the occasion, and we want to show what they were able to produce. So Sister Kadira.
Hey, let's see it.
This is Sherrie Muhammad, and I am the director of Asiatic Minds Online School.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Sister Zoya. I'm going to briefly explain to you how Asiatic Minds has aided in setting me up to become a nation builder. It is a school full of like-minded individuals who help each other to work toward a purpose greater than self. Students are exposed to opportunities that help them grow and to do for self. Although it is an online school, Asiatic Minds emphasizes the importance of student-to-teacher connections as well as student-to-student connections. These are a few reasons why I believe Asiatic Minds is the best online school for you.
What is your name? My name is Elijah Peel. I'm in the 5th grade. What are your teachers and classmates like? My teachers and classmates are very energetic. What have you learned so far? I've learned more about the truth of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What is your favorite class and why? My favorite class is Islamic Studies because it's the base of every other class. What's the environment in your class like? The environment in my class is very peaceful.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nathan Jackson, and I am a 7th grade student that attends Asiatic Minds. I have been in Asiatic Minds for 2 years now, and those 2 years have been some of the best 2 years of my life, I'm going to be honest. In Asiatic Minds, my teachers and classmates are very encouraging and respectful. I have learned a lot in those 2 years. For example, in Islamic Studies, I have learned about the mother plane. My favorite class is English Language Arts, shortened as ELA, because it is very serious, very fun, and reminds me of a real-life classroom. The environment of the online school is like a regular classroom. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
In the most holy name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. Assalamu alaikum. This is your Final Call International News Report. This Final Call article is titled 45,000 Palestinian children in Gaza are missing their first day of school. So, we know of the ongoing war in Palestine, and recently, schools started for children all over the world. But in Palestine, young children are missing their first day of school. You may ask, why is that? Well, let's briefly dive into some key points of this article. The United Nations says 45,000 Palestinian children are missing their first day of school in the besieged Gaza Strip due to Israel's ongoing genocidal campaign in the Palestinian territory. On September 9th, United Nations Under Secretary General for Global Communications, Melissa Fleming, issued the alert, emphasizing that this large group of 6-year-olds must be protected under international law. Quote, 45,000 6-year-olds in Gaza should have been starting school today. Under international humanitarian law, students, teachers, and schools are protected. Warring parties must not direct attacks against them, she said on the X, formerly known as Twitter, end quote. Melissa Fleming also reported the alarming figures of 9,211 students killed and 14,237 others injured since Israel began its brutal war in Gaza on October 7th of last year. The genocidal war in Gaza has severely affected children in the blockaded area, with UNICEF, which is United Nations Children's Fund, reporting that at least 14,200 have been killed by Israeli aggression, while tens of thousands are either displaced or missing. Those who have survived the relentless bombings and airstrikes are now experiencing an unprecedented interruption to their education. The UN Children's Agency reports that 625,000 children have missed a year of schooling since the onset of the current war. Now, to summarize this article, we've seen how brutal and wicked this war is. In the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 2024 Savings Day lecture, he said that the war in the Middle East will soon be happening here in America. So this shows how important it is for us as a people to take our children out of public schooling. Not only is it not for us, it is increasingly dangerous as mass shootings are happening left and right. It said in the article that under humanitarian law, students, teachers, and schools are protected. But Israel is so wicked that they completely disregarded that humanitarian law, killing over 9,000 students and injuring more. So that would deem them as inhumane. To add on to that, 625,000 children have missed a year of schooling due to the war, and we know how important our education is. But the minister told us how beastly and wicked Netanyahu is, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad implied to him that he is the modern-day Nebuchadnezzar when he showed that name to the minister in bold letters while he was asleep. So, with that being said, let's give thanks that we are not currently in that state, that we are blessed to have education, that we are blessed to have homes, clothing, and awareness of where our next meal will come from. We should thank Allah that we are in the comfort of our own homes and our own schooling system learning about ourselves. Let's encourage others to do the same, as more and more it will be realized how important it is to do so. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
This is the proper spiritual environment to make sure you can be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be.
All praise is due to Allah. Thank you so very much. Thank you for that. Our students are amazing. Don't know if you saw that that report that one of our students did was from the Final Call in their ELA class. They have Final Call Mondays, and he went all out. He did an amazing job on his Final Call report with the graphics and, you know, putting on his suit and tie to be an actual reporter to bring to us the news from the Final Call. So all praise is due to Allah. I think we're being asked to share the link. Let's see here. To share the link on YouTube, if there's any way that we can, maybe you could send it to Brother Joshua, and maybe, I don't know, but we're gonna try to make that happen, you all, so that you all can donate. Those who are on YouTube, that you'll be able to help us out and donate as well. So thank you so very much. We're gonna have Brother Joshua. We got some students with us today who want to speak live to us. And so, but before we get to them, we do want to thank a few more people who have donated just by watching here and being inspired to help Black independent education.
Yes,
so thank you so much, because we know it takes a village. You know, like the brother said in the video, it takes a village. So it matters not if you have children in the school. What matters is that it affects not just even our people, you all, but it really does affect humanity when we educate our own, so that we are doing our responsibility as a people by producing individuals who will help the future of the world and humanity in whole. So it's our responsibility to educate our own babies. And if you, whether you have a child or not, maybe your children are grown, we still have generations who are coming behind us who need your support. So we want to thank those. And I believe our technical director is about to put up our full screen so that we can see where we are now in our goal. And while that is coming up, I do want to thank, Sister Rashida Shabazz for her $100 donation. We want to thank an anonymous donor for their $50 donation. We want to thank Sister Stephanie Musawir for her $20 monthly donation. We want to thank Sister Delisha for her $10 monthly donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you to those who have shared. And we are 13 out of 500. Come on, we can do it, y'all. We can get there. So thank you so very much for those who have made sure that they are part of that number. All righty. Oh, by the way, I received a text message. We got a $100, a $100 donation from Brother Edward. And I don't know if we got some behind the scenes people working. I don't know if they see that donation or not, or if it came from a different way. But I do know that we have a $200 check that's coming to us as well. So we want to thank Brother Gerald and Sister Michelle for that $200 check that they are going to be sending our way for the Damon Muhammad scholarships. Okay, so we want to bring now our student council, our president and our vice president. And guess what? They're both female. So, go ahead, Brother Joshua.
Yes, ma'am. Just want to let you know that it is in the chat that people can. The link is in the chat on YouTube. So shout out to Sister Miriam, James McHolder, Devon Light, Kimmy from LA, Ty Gibbs, Sister Naima, Carmen, all you all in the comments. The link is right there in people's podcast. Boom. There you go.
There you go. Brother Joshua doing his thing. Okay, thank you so much, Brother Joshua. And we want to bring forth our student president, Sister Kadira Muhammad, and our vice president, Sister Zoya Musawir. Come on in, sisters. The floor is yours. Thank you all for being here.
Yes, ma'am. So, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kadira Muhammad, and I'm a senior in Asiatic Minds Online High School. I'm also the president in our first ever student council, and I wanted to share a few words as we strive to receive your help in donating to our Damon Scholarship. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan once stated, the purpose of education is the proper cultivation of gifts and talents of the individual through the acquisition of knowledge. True education is supposed to bring us closer to fulfilling our purpose for being, but true and proper education begins with the knowledge of God. Asiatic Minds is a God-centered school that starts off every school morning with Islamic studies, which teaches us who God is, who we are as the original family of the earth, and the significance of becoming one with Allah. Learning such things challenges low self-esteem within students, raising them to become confident, hardworking, morally upright, and humble beings. In our high school, the schedule alternates between science and social studies on some days. In science class, our teacher pushes us to go beyond simply absorbing the information provided in our textbooks. Instead, we are encouraged to analyze and connect the material with knowledge from our own teachings and resources, which deepens our understanding of the subjects we study. Oftentimes, we dedicate the entire class periods to discussions where we examine ideas from our teachings that not only complement, but also expand upon the concepts in our science books. This approach not only broadens our perspective, but also encourages us to view science through a lens influenced by God, fostering a way of thinking that intertwines academic knowledge with spiritual understanding. For social studies, we focus beyond the topics of when the Africans were enslaved, which is predominantly discussed in the enemy's classroom. While it is an aspect of our history, it was not the beginning of it. Therefore, we have gone back to when everything began from the triple darkness. We are being taught the different roles inside of a government and its belief system, and correlate such to current day situations which we see forming within America. We then have language arts. In the beginning of the school year, we were taught 4 characteristics we should acquire for the rest of the school year and beyond: integrity, honesty, hardworking, and belief in yourself. Belief in yourself is rare for a school to teach, but that is because the Asiatic Mind staff are God-loving, God-fearing members of the Nation of Islam who understand the value of educating their future with the truth, love, and discipline. Our math class trains us to overcome difficulty. As you start moving through the grades, naturally the math gets more advanced. And while difficult at times, instead of running away from the problems by cheating or giving up on it, teacher spiritually uplifts us and guides us through how to work through the problems we may struggle on. Most of our people fear math because it is hard, but you obtain the skill to take a problem, lay out the information acquired from it, examine the formulas given to us to see which one can help guide us through this situation and help us in making the right decision to get a successful outcome. We are being taught to fear nothing and no one except Allah by overcoming various difficulties that we are being taught will benefit us even outside of our academic life. While we take many other classes at Asiatic Minds, these were the few subjects I wanted to expound on and show the significance of as a student. Supporting such a school that is God-centered and wants to see the future leaders of our nation become successful and strong is rewarding and beautiful. And I pray this has impacted you, and that is all I wanted to say. I greet you all as I came. Assalamu alaikum.
Wow. Well, alaikum salam. Okay, Brother Joshua, I'm gonna let you respond to that. Wow.
This is a great example of what Asiatic Minds produce. Shout out to your parents. Shout out to the staff, the faculty, and Sister Sherrie. I hope everybody was watching. That's why we got to donate today so that we can reproduce. These are the type of young women that we need to see more of and highlighted. That was excellent, man. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sister Kadira. And y'all got to understand, this is the passion that you spoke with, Sister Kadira. I'm so proud of you because she is such a quiet young lady, but she was serious about what she was saying. And I'm so grateful that you are a student. And listen, Brother Joshua, everybody who's watching, both of these young ladies are seniors. So this is we'll have our first graduation, and our president and vice president are going to be leaving. But they have been phenomenal leaders in this school. And so thank you so much, Sister Kadira. Okay, Sister Zoya, go right ahead, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I'm Sister Zoya Musawir, the Vice President and a Senior at Asiatic Minds Online. I would like to begin by saying, praise be to Allah that the Department of Education is being dismantled. And praise be to Allah that we in the Nation of Islam have already established our own. Thanks to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Do you know the saying, a blessing in disguise? Well, this is one of those blessings in disguise. Education is a fragile foundation for children from the time that they are in grade school until they are graduating. This country's educational systems were designed to set students, specifically Black students, up for failure, their goal being to produce slaves that keeps this world going and make the rich wealthier. When we as students are learning, we desire to see ourselves in what it is we are learning. We desire real-world application. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, and I paraphrase, that it is our desire that drives the will. Once we desire to see ourselves in education, our will to learn is enhanced and we relate to the knowledge we learn. If there's no desire, there is no will. Our Islamic Studies class and core curriculums at Asiatic Minds is based on a foundation of the knowledge of God and ourselves. What better foundation than one that inspires an unshakable confidence? Imagine what you could build on a foundation like that. What better way to see yourself in your education than by seeing yourself as prophets, master builders, honorable men and women, mothers of civilization, problem solvers, and children of the Most High God. We are not just our enslaved ancestors or activists. We also hold the title of kings and queens. We hold so much essence and history and prophetic stories that extend beyond the textbooks, that also flow through our blood. We are the Asiatic people. And despite the conditions we are placed under, we only need a word to touch our hearts and we prevail. In this world, limits are imposed upon us by the knowledge we quote-unquote lack. However, it is truly just not having the proper exposure we should, and it starts in the homes and schools. Thankfully, as an online student, we have the privilege to be at both home and school. If we as students are taught that the sky isn't the limit, it is just a milestone, then we will strive to reach beyond the sky. We will dream beyond the universe. So if we add an unshakable assurance of who we are, plus an unlimited determination and imagination, we get a God. Asiatic Minds Online is producing gods. and setting us up to not just be successful, but to carve our own way for others to excel without undue hardship imposed on us by this world. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Wow. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Zoya. Amazing. These ladies are so well spoken. Sister Zoya, your passion and your words that you chose, I appreciate the fact that we get to participate in your education, in Sister Kadira's education, that your parents allow Asiatic Minds to be a part of your education, which we know is beyond the classroom. So we do our little part and look, and I'm just, very grateful that you all see the value in the small part that we are able to play in the bigger aspect of your education. So all praises due to Allah. Our president and vice president of Asiatic Minds. So you all represented the student body magnificently. So yay, round of applause to both of you ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. Brother Joshua, I don't know if there's anything you want to say.
You're already gone, but I just wanted to salute them. And these are the type of young women that the FOI and just men in the community, period, are responsible for protecting and just stepping up for so they can have a safe environment to become educated. And this is a great example of what the teachings of Muslim Elijah Muhammad produces, but just teachings of our ancestors, our family setup, like that's powerful. That very inspired. So shout out to, once again, the parents, Sherrie Muhammad, faculty, and Brother Damon Muhammad Scholarship.
Praise be to Allah. So we do have a little video that a dear brother of ours sent in. And you all know him. He was a good friend with my husband, Damon. Our families have been knowing each other since a long time ago. And he has been our From the Heart guest speaker, our very first From the Heart guest speaker each year thus far. And that is none other than Brother Nuri Muhammad. So he sent in a video for today's occasion, Sister Kadira.
Assalamu alaikum. We are excited to come to you to make an appeal to your heart and to your hand to support the Damon Muhammad Scholarship Fund. My brother, our brother, by the grace of Allah, he was a zealot for Islam and he was a zealot for the education of the Black child. He made many sacrifices of time, many sacrifices of thousands of dollars to make sure that his children, before there was an Asiatic Minds, would be able to be used as a model for what independent Black education can do. Let's keep his legacy alive by contributing to the Damon Muhammad Scholarship Fund so Asiatic Minds can continue to make Asiatic Minds. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, praise is due to Allah. Thank you so much, Brother Nuri. You know he's traveling. He's always teaching somewhere. He is in very high demand. And so before we get to our next portion, we do have some more donations that have come in. And so let's put up our screen and we are going to announce those donations. So we want to thank Illuminate Touch LLC for their $5 monthly donation out of Chicago, Illinois. We want to thank Sister Miriam Muhammad from Georgia, Brother Joshua's sister for her $20 donation. Thank you so much. And we want to thank Sister Paulette X her $20 donation out of Chicago, Illinois. Give it up for those donors. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And so, you all, we have another student who would like to give his testimony. He is a high schooler at Asiatic Minds, and every day at Asiatic Minds, I asked the students, what are we going to do today? And the proper response is show up and show out. That's what we teach them to do at all times. And I got to say, Sister Kadira and Sister Zoya just showed up and showed out. And Brother Mikael is going to do nothing less than show up and show out, because he does it every single day in every class. So, Brother Mikael, if you are with us, I see your name. There you are. Hey, Brother Mikael.
Assalamualaikum.
Well,
salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Again, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Sir.
My name is Mikhail Muhammad. I am 15 years old in the 10th grade. This is my student testimony on how this school uplifts me spiritually and strengthens me to succeed in school and life mentally, all while providing me with the fundamentals we are supposed to learn in school. I will be showing how Asiatic Minds takes our talent and uses it to help us understand our core subjects. May I have permission to share screen?
Sister Kadira is working on that for you. One moment. Okay. Brother Mikael, let's do this. Can you send what you want to share? Can you send that to Sister Kadira? Kadira, type in your email. And what we'll do is we'll switch it up and we'll go ahead and get the testimony of a parent. Okay. And then that will allow Sister Kadira to be able to share that for you, because I want you to have what you need. She put her email in the chat for you. So go ahead and send that. And oh, okay, you got it. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So this is a collage. Oh. Do you all see it?
Yes, sir.
If you could make it take up the whole screen, then certainly do that. There you go.
That's all you can see, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is a collage of art I made for my classes, such as Islamic Studies, art class, language arts, and math. The poem in the middle was an assignment that had us express how we feel Allah's presence. So I wrote, we have talents, we have gifts, we have purpose that's meant to uplift, to make peace as read by the dove, life, love, laughter, all of the above. All the evil that he's getting rid, did we do it? No, Allah did. We were rescued from the pit. Did we do it? No, Allah did. He came in a person. He did what he did. He raised 2 servants. Yes, that's what he did. We are so successful every day, but Allah can always take it away. We get good grades. He saw us fit. But was it us? No, he did it. Allah did it. That was my poem. Some were assignments and some I just made to express my appreciation for the school. In language arts, after learning how to write poems, we were assigned to make our own poem, and this was mine. I am a guide, an art guide. If I don't make art, then I don't know how to face the odds. Art is the way I express, like this. And if that's not it, then I don't know what is. When I think of art, it soothes me. Yes, an artist, that's who I want to be. And to the people of the world, I hope my art's not a bore. Outside, I'm Mikhail, but inside, I'm much more. No artist is perfect, not even me. But yes, an artist. That's who I want and will be. That was my poem. It is a school where everyone is like family, and though it is online, the respect, support, and attention teachers give to us as students feels just as real. This is all I have wanted to say, so I came in the green words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, sir. Beautiful, Brother Mikael. And you all see how he's an amazing artist. Amazing artist. And the words that Allah put on your heart, and the way you express those are just absolutely beautiful, Brother Mikael. May Allah continue to bless you and continue to help you to grow. You're already such a handsome FOI. And you're going to continue to grow in that way, in Allah's way, and inshallah, find your purpose and do exactly what He would have you to do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All praises due to Allah.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Like Salaam.
Wow, such beautiful talent. I love, 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 love the students. We have a parent who volunteered to give her testimony about her experience, her children's experience, and hers as a parent of Asiatic Mind students. So, Sister Giovanni, if you are there and ready.
Yes, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to really express my gratitude for what this school has been to me and to my children. I'm someone who has homeschooled my children their whole life, and this school really helped me take that educational experience to the next level. I'm a working parent. Me and my husband, we both work. So having that support of other adults that are teachers, that believe as I believe, that understand the value of knowing who God is, who you are as a person, a child of God, it's immeasurable. It's simply immeasurable. This Ramadan has been so amazing because it's always a fact that the curriculum reflects the study of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But this Ramadan has been so special as my children have been observing, because as I'm listening to them do their homework, they're not just reading the parts of the Quran with me and their father. They're reading it in class and have assignments on it, right? And so then I have to resist, that Muslim urge to just jump in and be a part of the conversation. We're like, yeah, we're going to break it down like this, because they have to get a grade on this. So it needs to be from their mind, what they're getting, and, but it's just so awesome to just want to be so much a part of their conversation as children, because often in this society, it's a challenge to find some righteous conversation, some high vibrating conversation, and to be able to get that with the children is just an awesome experience this Ramadan. But speaking of the teachers, it's awesome because in this type of atmosphere, we get to be responsible for, because one thing that people talk about homeschool children is socialization. They're not going to get properly socialized, they're not getting these experiences that other children are getting. You are correct. And that is my choice. I do not want them to have all of those experiences that so many other children are forced to have in society. I want to be able to give them a God-centered experience. Yes, we live in a society that is not God's, but we are His. So we need to understand from that perspective who we are and how to deal with society from this side, not by joining it. And so to have that experience in the school is awesome, because when there are the the peer pressure is not to do negative things. And when something negative does come up, um, there is more peer pressure to correct oneself. And they're using these same guiding principles that we as adults are using in our own lives to try to correct ourselves and each other. So it's like, to have that happen and then have teachers who are supporting that because they believe as you believe, it's an awesome experience. It's totally different than what I had coming up. And then there's also that aspect of, in society, you get grouped in, you have to, you know, be with this particular group of people, be with people in this particular age group. Well, you don't have that here. You get to interact with all the grade levels. You get to have fun. You get to learn and educate, and it has nothing to do with how old you are. If you're enjoying your time together, you're enjoying your time together. And I love that. I don't have to feel like they're being forced to grow up before they are adults. We only have them for such a small period of time as children. Most of our lives are spent as adults. So while they're children, I want them to be children and enjoy being a child. And that also is something that they get to experience here as well. There's not that peer pressure to join in worldly things, immodest things, mainly is what I'm speaking of there. So, I mean, that's just a few of the points that I could give. I could give so much more, and those Muslims, they can talk. So I am going to digress. And thank you again, Brother Joshua, for hosting this Damon Muhammad fundraiser for Asiatic Minds. Thank you, Sister Sherrie, and to the staff for all that you do and all that you pour into our children, and your willingness to work with us as parents as we are trying to figure this whole online school out and make it happen for our children, because they are worthy of us trying to work this out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, Sister Giovanni. First, a round of applause for your words. And thank you for choosing Asiatic Minds to be a part of your family's educational journey. We absolutely honor your journey, and we are grateful and to be a part of it. So thank you, and thank you for being willing to come on and share your words.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. And so we are going to jump from there, Brother Joshua, to our curriculum developer. This sister, she is a teacher. She is a parent at Asiatic Minds, and she's also a awesome part of the staff because she leads us in the development of our curriculum. And and she's such a great person. So I want to bring up Sister Ayana Muhammad.
All praises due to Allah. Praise be to Allah. And thank you so much for those kind words, Sherrie. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger, and I both of you words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
It's so good to see you, Brother Joshua.
well,
Many may not know, it was an honor and a pleasure to work side by side, as he was a former Asiatic Mind staff member and will always be an Asiatic Mind staff member.
That's right.
A part of our family at Asiatic Minds.
Wait, we say Asiatic Minds is like the mob. Once you join, you can't get out.
That's right. Exactly.
Always a member. Once you join this family, you're always
yes. Exactly. So I thank him so much for coming back and giving such awesome support to our school while we strive to raise money for the Damon Muhammad Fund that will in turn support independent education. I do develop the curriculum developer of Asiatic Minds, and I wanted to open up this with point number 9, what the Muslims want. It says we want all Black children educated, taught, and trained by their own teachers. And then this is not the exact quote. I pulled out some things. It said, under such schooling system, we believe we will make a better nation of people. The Muslim teachers shall be left free to teach and train their people in the way of righteousness, decency, and self-respect. So the beauty of having your own educational system is you get to infuse it with what you want for your people, for your nation, for your family. And we've already been given that guidance under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So one of the things that Asiatic Minds is we are looking to develop the intellect of our students. So while you hear our students talk about God, you hear them talk about what they learn and how it undergirds, they are learning mathematics, science, reading, writing. So it's not just, and what undergirds that is the teachers of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So when you ask our children to multiply, they can multiply, y'all. When you ask them to add, they can add. When you ask them to do algebra trig at this point for our advanced mathematics in high school, they can do that as they grow. They can do algebra. They can write an essay. They can, without AI writing that essay for them, they can read fluently and they can read well. And that's the blessing at Asiatic Minds, because I don't want anybody to get it twisted that, they're not learning the full spectrum of learning, because they are at Asiatic Minds, and the minister never took the books out of our hands because we haven't developed yet our own system of books, right? So what he told us was you take those books and you undergird them with the teacher's most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So we didn't throw out the books at Asiatic Minds. We have a math curriculum. We have a reading and writing curriculum. We have a science curriculum that way. And we also we have a history curriculum that our history teachers are superb at really infusing, because our teaching is not religious. Our teaching is reality. So you can find history in it, you can find science in it, you can find reading and writing your essays and things like that. So we have these books that we use, but we undergird them. That way, if a teacher has to leave, our children don't drop off in learning. We can pick right back up and keep the flow going with the continuity of education because we have a curriculum in place to keep it going. We also use the spiral method in our educational system, where it's not just one chapter. And the reason why people hate mathematics is because it's one chapter, one and done. That's what I call it, one and done. So you learn addition and then they move on to subtraction. Learn subtraction, they move on to division. And there's no going back to something so you could build your mastery. So we have a spiral method in our mathematics program where it constantly revisits the previous lessons. With every new lesson, it's building on the previous lessons underneath it. So as our children go through the system year after year after year, they're not forgetting what they learned the years before, because everything is constantly building on that foundation. So our curriculum has a spiral method where they'll always see what they learned again and again and again. And that's what produces mastery. We're taught that repetition produces mastery. So that's our curriculum. And we're not just attempting to produce these intellectual human beings, as you can see, because we're producing good moral character and good conduct in our children. Because without that, you're just a smart devil. You're just reproducing the wickedness of this world. So that's why we must infuse that. And I thank a lot because we have teachers that take the time to study the material, the books we have, so that they can infuse in it to teach the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So our curriculum begins the most important class of the day, which is Islamic studies. Per the Minister Farrakhan, he said that's the most important class of the day. This class, he said that class sets the tone for the school day. What people don't know, though, is half of education is confidence and belief in yourself. So our teaching, starting with that, preps the child to look at their education very differently. So this class brings the teachings closer to the student, where they learn who God is, the prophets are, lessons from the supreme wisdom, the tenets of our faith, and our children hear the teachings, but we will be surprised at what they don't understand until it's brought directly to them. So while they may be sitting on Sunday in the mosque and they may be hearing it, the beauty of Islamic studies in the school system is it brings it directly to them. It's catered directly to them. So they get that. They open up their school day with that. The curriculum at Asiatic Minds is a living, breathing curriculum. That's our theme, right, Sister Sherrie? It's a living, breathing curriculum. We do use books, but the teachers take the time to study, as I said, and use the teachers as the base. And for example, in our middle school English language arts class, one of the pieces of writing they had to do was based off a Final Call article with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan talking about watching the weather and who makes rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. And they had to research some of the record-breaking weather patterns in the world to support their writing that showed why we should watch the weather and who is in control of the weather that they are witnessing. This is empowering for our students as they watch the news and see the events that they might not be as shocked or caught off guard, because they know why we have unusual weather patterns and who is causing it and to what end. Because our people don't know that this unusual weather that they're experiencing is because of them. It's because of the treatment of Black people in America. So to have that vantage point, you take your precautions if the tornado warning is hit, of course, but to know who is causing that and why, and you got the research behind you on these unusual weather patterns as a middle schooler, you're walking the earth a little differently than everybody else when you hear that. So this is their right that they write those essays on. So that's just an example of our curriculum. And I was going to go into a little bit more, but Kadira and Zoya did so well, and Brother Mikael, on what actually happens in our classes. I was like, I'm not about to read all that, because they did actually give you a display, a taste of what actually, and the parents, and Giovanni, which I think a lot. Thank you so much for your words. Gave what is going on, a little glimpse of what's going on in our classrooms. So as you can see, we give our students an in-depth look at what the scientists of this world present through our teachings. It also reinforces the omniscience for our kind, instructing the teachers to reiterate to the students that they are math, they are science, they are history, they are chemistry. So once you have that vantage point, like Sister Kadira said, there's nothing you can't overcome. Our history class for high school has been learning about tariffs and taxes, and how it's explained through our teaching. So what Trump is doing is there. We've already been given an explanation of it. So our high school has been going into that in the history class. So they can sit at their dinner tables and talk about why this is taking place and what's going on and the impact of that. So these are the things that are happening in our curriculum that's very structured. We come together once a month, and we, as teachers, and we dialogue about the problems going on in our classes, how to solve them, how to resolve them. We share best practices amongst one another about what we're doing in our classes so we can improve ourselves. So the teacher's constantly improving, which makes the curriculum constantly improving, which makes the school constantly improving because its student body is constantly improving. So I just wanted to give that. That's our curriculum with our books and how we use those books to undergird and teach the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to make powerful students. And I just want to leave with this little point. When I open up the school year with those 4 character traits that Sister Kadira talked about of belief in self, hardworking, see, our children are geared towards righteous behavior. And the reason why I opened up with that was because AI is a threat to our children's minds. It's a lure out so that they don't use their own brain, they use someone else's brain. And once I did that, the students, I mean, they showed such integrity. They would be like, Sister Ayana, just to be honest with you, I did not get a chance to really do that. This is my best that I could put out. I did it. And I love that they did not resort to cheating to produce this perfect product. Instead, they chose themselves and God after we did those lessons. And what school you got to do that? What do you know that you could teach inside, put inside a child, and they rotate around it to choose the better parts of themselves and not to choose the easy road to producing something that they can get a quick A on? I mean, like when I say I thank Allah for our student body, I thank Allah for our parents, I thank Allah for all those who are going to give to the Brother Damon Foundation to support our school. I thank you, Brother Joshua, for this platform to help us because it helps our nation. And you said it so beautifully about this is what we protect. It's showing you what we have to protect. And independent education owes it to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, no matter what you call your school, because he is the father of us having independent education in this country. So I thank you all. Thank you for all that you give and will give. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, ma'am.
Salam, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sister Ayana.
Thank you, Sister Student Minister Ayana.
Oh, no. I'm just your big sister, Joshua. You know me a long time. I am just your big sister. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. I do want to announce we do have a couple more donations that have come in. We have Lionel Bass Wilson with a $100 donation from Cincinnati. Thank you so very much for your donation. We have Sister Kim, which is my big sister, with a $100 donation from Kentucky. So thank you all so very much. Y'all see our numbers are growing. Listen, everything starts from a seed. So we are absolutely inspired. Keep giving. And guess what? After this webathon is over, you can continue to give. All you got to do is click on the link. We're still keeping track of it. So thank you so very much. We have another student who just had a sweet 16th birthday. And from the pictures I saw, had an amazing party. So we want to bring forth Sister Rabia I always call her name that way, Sister Rabia. Sister Rabia, is Brother Raja coming on with you?
It should be, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You said yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell him to come on. And we give you all the floor.
Is it okay if I go first and then I give it over to him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I just want to open up with Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. I pray that this holy month of Ramadan has been filled with blessings, love, and the support of Allah for you and your loved ones. My name is Rabia Naya Muhammad, and I'm 16 years old. I am so honored to be here today to share my experience with Asiatic Minds and how it has completely transformed my life, my education, and my lifestyle. I want to thank Allah for giving Sister Sherrie this beautiful vision to have me and my peers safe and learning at home. I want to thank the minister for naming me and giving me purpose on this earth and encouraging the believers to support independent education. Sister Sherrie and the teachers for caring for us all. And I want to especially thank my beautiful, independent, and God sent mom for making this webinar possible. And Brother Joshua for allowing us to use this space to share what we have for you all. I just want to say, before joining Asiatic Minds, I always ran around trying to balance my academics with my passion. But this school has given me the flexibility to pursue my dreams while excelling in my studies. In 2023, I established my own photography business, and running it requires time, creativity, and dedication. Thanks to the adaptable schedule at Asiatic Minds, I can manage my business, work with clients, and continue to grow as a young entrepreneur. But beyond photography, I am also deeply involved in horseback riding, modeling, roller skating, ballet, and producing podcasts. But these activities are more than just hobbies or a way to make money that this world gives such a high standard. They are really a part of who I am. And what Asiatic Minds, I can structure my day in a way that lets me train for races or attend modeling assignments, rehearse ballet routines, and produce high quality podcasts, all while staying on top of my academics. But one of the things I love most about Asiatic Minds is how the teachers truly care about their students, and they're always there to guide, encourage, and support us, but not just academically, personally as well. They give every student that opportunity to express their unique goals and challenges wherever we are in this world, and they go above and beyond to ensure that we succeed. Their dedication makes learning meaningful, and I always feel like I have a strong system behind me. I just am incredibly grateful for the opportunities the school has provided me, and I want to continue to see it grow. And I strongly believe that online education can empower students like me to chase their dreams without compromising their future. Thank you, and assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sister Rabia. Beautiful, beautiful words. And I'm so grateful that we're able to do that for you. And this is her little brother, Brother Raja.
What's up, King Raja? What's going on, man?
No. Walaikum salam, sir. So the way that Asiatic Minds has really changed, like my mood and everything, it's been very good. You know, I am a lot happier and I feel more confident in myself because all my friends, like when I'm about to do something, they tell me just do it and don't be scared. And my teachers really help me with my education. They make me smarter. And just like my sister, I have many hobbies and stuff. I do horseback riding. I really want to actually compete because I've been doing very good riding without anybody like leading the course. And I think one time I ran with him while I was on his back, and I'm very good at skating too. I want to compete in that. You know, my friends skate too. I teach them sometimes. Um, but I just really like the way that Asiatic Minds teaches me at the right pace so I can learn anything within maybe like a day or two. So that's just how it changed my entire like mood and personality.
Oh, praise is due to Allah, Brother Raja. Thank you so much. Beautiful. I love our students. They're so beautiful. Um, and thank you again, Brother Joshua, for having us. We just have one more guest, and then we are wrapping up this webathon. And that guest is Brother Gerald Muhammad.
Hey.
He was actually the student minister here in Louisville, Kentucky. When before Damon and I got married, we came up under Brother Gerald, that was our minister, and so he gave us our guidance in Islam, and I'm forever grateful and thankful. And Brother Gerald, you come right on, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
First of all, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Let me greet everyone tuning in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
And Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem.
First, let me say it's a tremendous honor, Sister Sherrie, to share a few words. And I don't have a lot to say. It's been a little emotional to me, you know, seeing the clips of Brother Damon and just really reminiscing on the good times that we had. I would first like to maybe say a few words about Brother Damon. One of the things that I heard consistent in every testimony, whether it was Muslim, and that word that was consistently stated is the word passion. Brother Damon was very, very passionate about Islam, was very, very passionate about this school, Asiatic Minds. And we talked nearly every day. And in his latter days among us, he talked very frequently about the effect and impact of Asiatic Minds. And he just really, really wanted to help. Damon was not just my brother-in-law because our wives are sisters, but we also were in the same business. We're in the insurance business. We both do Medicare insurance. We talked a lot about business. We talked a lot about the ministry and about the mission. So I know that this is very important to him. And I'd also like to share that I've been very moved by the testimonies. There's a Bible scripture that says they overcame Satan by the power of their testimony. I often refer to Minister Sherrie as a speaker. You know, his speaking style, he gives a testimony. This is what I saw the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan do. This is what I heard him say. I'm a witness of his work. He doesn't lecture, so to speak. He gives a testimony, but the scripture says they overcame Satan by the power of their testimony. And I think we will overcome Satan by the power of these testimonies today. There's a Bible scripture that says, God says, I will bless you so that you can bless others. So I've been blessed today. You know, we've donated, and I'm going to go run over my office and grab a check and get it to you today, Sherrie, for our donation. And behalf of the local FY coordinator, Brother Edward, the FOI are going to do $100, and of course, Michelle and myself, we're going to do $200. Our family. And Josh, I'm going to send you something for this podcast because. You know, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about the unseen. And freedom is not free. And one of the things that we have to be in the habit of is supporting our own. You know, when we get blessed, we have to bless others. So I'm just excited about what I've heard. I didn't expect so much, and to see these smiling faces on this webathon, And it's been a lot. And to see those faces of those brothers and sisters in the city of Lexington say such kind words about student minister Damon, may Allah be pleased with him. He really impacted and touched a lot of people. And I'll close on this. One of the things Damon was he had a natural knack, and Sister Sherrie mentioned this earlier at a meeting we were at about making friends. Brother Damon made friends, and he would go sit with people and do things for other people, not expecting anything in return. That's one of the things I learned from him, and I think that's what's missing in our community, in our churches, in our organizations. Can't always be, what's in it for me. One of my business mentors, and I've started practicing this in business, and I need to practice it at home. So, and now that it's on record, I'm gonna have to live up to it. People that are important in our life, Josh, Sister Sherrie, those listening, we should reach out to them weekly and say, what do you need from me this week? Is there anything you need from me? And you would be surprised that there may be something on a person's mind that they didn't really want to reach out and maybe ask. But just check in. I started doing that in business, and it works. And plus, it lets people know that we care about them. So we need to check in with our children. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, son. Hey, daughter. Is there anything you need from me? Is there anything you need from me this week? I did that to a brother this week, and he really shared a lot with me that he was going through. So that's something I'm going to try to. So very inspired and motivated by this Webathon. I wish Asiatic Mind all the success in the world. And as Brother Nuri said, that we have to support Asiatic Minds so that we can make more Asiatic Minds.
That's right.
So we thank Allah for this Webathon, and I want to encourage everybody to donate. And we don't really realize the power of small numbers and collective. If 1,000 people gave $20, that's $20,000.
That's right. That's right.
1,000 people gave $10, that's $10,000. So if everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. And sometimes we think that I don't have 50 or I don't have 100, so that doesn't add up. So there may be 100 people watching that only have $5. But if those 100 people give $5 now, that's $500 that we didn't have. And these teachers, people in our nation, they have other options and they could have done everything. We have brilliant minds in our nation, but when you choose to work for your people in the initial stages, it is a financial sacrifice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we have to support them, and we have to support our own so that this education remain independent, Black-owned and Black operated. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Sister Sherrie. Thank you, Asiatic Mind staff. Thank you, Brother Joshua. May Allah bless us all. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, all praise is due to Allah. Thank you. Those words are just priceless. And thank you so very much for your support. There are we're at the end of the Webathon, Brother Joshua.
Yes, ma'am. And I just want to say, Sister Sherrie, thank you, Brother Minister Gerald. Just reading some of the comments. Gerald says all praise to Allah. This is LaShawn. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maze X, Sister Pamalia, Kimmy from LA is showing nothing but love. I put the link in the bio for everyone who's donating, and thank you all very much. Everybody showing love, hearts, beautiful. And
praise Allah. And I too have some thank yous, Brother Joshua. We did get a few more donations in, and you don't have to do the full screen, but BJ donated $250 from Kentucky. So thank you, Brother BJ, who y'all heard from earlier. So thank you so much for your donation.
Brother, shout out to the brother.
Yes. Sister Ayana, thank you for your $20 monthly donation. So from Chicago, we just heard from her as well. And then we have Karma Hayes, who donated $100 from Minnesota. So thank you so very much. I want to remind you all that the links are there. Join us, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Asiatic Minds. Follow us and because we often post about the things, our guest speakers that we have and some of the things that the students do. And you could join the wait list if you're like, hey, I want to send my children to Asiatic Minds. Go to our website, asiaticminds.com. You'll find information there as well. And continue to donate. We're on the road, we're on that path, and we will reach the goal. We will reach the goal. Just keep donating, you all. It doesn't end here. Let's keep going. And I want to thank a few people to thank. I want to thank our fundraising committee, Sister Sharon, Sister Akua, Sister Delisha, Sister Carmen. Thank you all so very much. I want to thank Sister Kadira, my daughter, who is my assistant and our social media director, and she was doing our technical support behind the scenes, putting up the videos, all that wonderful stuff. Thank you, Kadira. I want to thank our teachers and staff. Beautiful. Sister Ayana represented you all well, but I want to thank each and every one of you all from my heart. Y'all know how much I love you all and appreciate all that you do and all the sacrifices you make to give to our babies and to be at Asiatic Minds. I want to thank our student council who showed up and showed out today. And also our ambassadors, because not only do we have officers, we have ambassadors, Brother Elijah, Sister Taraji, Brother Nathan, Sister Safia, Brother Mujib, and Sister Imani. I want to thank again my son, Brother Mustafa, and that wonderful video. And I want to thank all those who shared words about my late husband, Damon Muhammad. I thank my family. I want to thank you, Brother Joshua, again for having us this evening. And most importantly, I want to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Allah, who came in the person of Master Father Muhammad, for coming to intervene in our affairs and for saving us, for loving us, and putting us in the process to one day become gods. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Thank you all for watching.